Hello and good morning. Thank you for tuning in. You are tuned in to The Encourager on this 3/10/24. Thank you so much for tuning in. To our subscribers and new listeners, thank you so much. I hope you're doing well on this Sunday. You slept well. And you're ready for the day. Depending on where you are, your day is maybe further along than mine is as far as natural time is concerned. But let's get going on our angel numbers. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And so, let's see what messages our angels, ancestors would like to share with us today. Okay. So let's go left page, lower right. Interesting people. Create a soul connection. Your angels are sending new relationships into your daily life. They want you to explore them with an open mind. Think of a new person in your life and make a plan to get to know them better. And that is a 17, which again is one of my key numbers for sure. And so for me, there is no one new in my life. So again, I lead a pretty quiet life. I don't have many conversations outside of my communicating on this channel. I like it that way. I don't need an overly busy social life. I don't need that. And in fact, many of those invitations I would turn down anyway. So I just choose to live a celibate kind of recluse sort of life. I understand that will be changing to some degree, but that'll always be my homestead. I'll always come back to that. I'll never live in the big city and amongst all the sirens I'll never do that. That's not me. That's not where I want to be. For me, I don't have any currently. Maybe they're on the way, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. Maybe they're on the way, but not yet. But when they do show up, I'll use my intuition as always to govern and guide me as to who I allow into my energy and who I refuse, right? And so, everything with discernment and or intuition, as we say. So let's go ahead and get started get going on our second angel number. Let's see. Let's do right page, upper right. Responsibility. Create your own response. Even though life can present many challenges, people, and situations that are out of your control, how you respond to them is always your choice. That is very true. You are being asked to reflect on small ways you can keep your responses as choices you make rather than automatic reactions. Okay. That's something for all of us to keep in mind, right? To not react in situations. They have the 10 or 15 second count rule. I don't know what number, I don't know how many seconds they say you're supposed to count or whatever. I think I heard 15 most recently. That's something that we all can do, including myself. Because I am such a fiery sign, and I am a freedom fighter, and so any injustices and things like that, those definitely get under my skin, and they get under my skin like all 7 layers. By the way, light-skinned people, or European Caucasians, they have 6 layers of skin, and brown people have 7. Just dark-skinned people, just FYI. And that doesn't mean African Americans. That could mean Middle Easterns. That means dark brown-skinned people. Ignorant asses. So that's just some useless fact. And the reason why that is because the climates we come from. I'm sorry, it's the other way around. I'm sorry, it's the climates we come from. So brown-skinned people tend to come from warmer climates historically. So there's a layer of skin that over time, hereditarily, I guess, is that the right word? Heretically, yeah, heretically sounds better, has over time been literally burned away, right? Whereas those who live in colder climates, they acclimate and they develop a 7th layer of skin. Okay. Anyway, let's get going on our last angel number. Last angel number was 66. So let's kind of go, let's see. And let's do left page, lower left. 509, a choice. Compare values and decisions. The time is now to make a decision. Your angels encourage you not to sit on it any longer. Write down your goals and values and compare them against what your options are for the choices you have to make next. Okay? And so some of you may not have your choices in front of you yet. So for me, I know opportunities are on their way to me, right? Invitations and that sort of thing. And again, I'm not going to say yes to all of them. As for those of you who listen to this channel, right, and the karmics and all of that, they already know my answer to any invitation that they send me for dinner, for drinks, for a get-together. First of all, I don't even live anywhere near them. That's the first thing. So that's not even feasible. They don't have my address. So yeah. And even if I was near them or whatever else, yeah, they wouldn't like the response they get from me. And again, that's not a reactive response. That's just a very serious response. You know, you don't have to be angry, right? We're read, even though it's been manipulated by man. We read between Genesis and Revelation, where Most High tells us to be angry and sin not. Okay, so you can be angry, right? And you can say, "Fuck you, get the hell out of my face," and that's not a sin. That's not, okay? You can say, "Fuck you," that's not a sin. Okay? Right? If you decide that, you know what, I can't bridle my anger and I'm going to lash out at this individual and I'm going to end their life or someone that they love, then that is an issue, right? But if someone says something to you or sends you an invitation or someone comes at you and you know they're the enemy, I tell Lucifer all the time, "Fuck you, buddy," all the time. Trust me, there's no ridicule from Most High for me saying that. Most High's like, "Yeah, fuck you, devil." Really? So, so anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's go ahead and get one more angel number today. I don't know why. I'm just feeling like that. Let's go ahead and get one more angel number. And so let's go ahead and see where to go to next. And let's do upper left, right page. Look back. Revisit your mindset. There was a point in time you wanted change, and you are being asked to revisit that mindset. Your angels want you to reflect and remember why you are doing what you are. Take time today to write down the pivotal moment in your life that reprioritized your goals. Okay? And that number right there is a 19. Okay? And so for me, I have thought about this, and in fact, I was thinking about doing a video on the realizations of a polygamous father. And I've been thinking about that overnight, and that where I came from and how I saw him as a child, and then growing up and then getting married and then him taking that wife and that daughter. and ruining that marriage, and then seeing or coming to realize that the spell work and stuff, witchcraft, voodoo, Ouija boards, all that stuff, along with propagating himself as a minister for 30-something years. Think about all of that and how all of that, the dreams that Most High has shown me since I was a child, and all the revelations since then, the people that I've met along the way, some have shined a light on that situation to some degree, or at least told me about things related to that situation. All the friendships that have come along the way, many of them were temporary and only served a temporary purpose. Again, today, that's why I don't have anyone close to me. I don't have anyone like that I talk to every day, or I don't have that type of person. Like there are days that goes by when I do not talk to another human. Days that goes by, right? And so, yeah, so I've just been thinking about that over probably the last maybe 12 hours or so, just thinking about where I come from, meeting the women that I've dated, the women that I've married, meeting the karmic false or whatever Scorpio and that situation and their family and all the witchcraft, and working with my family and them working with my family to come against me, to steal inheritances or my identity and whatever all of that is. I've been thinking about that, and I think to myself, first of all, I think what a journey is what I think first of all. And then there's, again, I have these conversations with Most High, and we talk about the processes all the time, and I tell him all the time how I don't like certain processes. I tell him I don't like that. He knows who I am, how I'm built, because he created this. He put all this together, all the ingredients that I am, right? And even with the ego, because again, the ego is a good thing, right, when managed properly, right? And ego is the reason why a Mamba can stand up and beat his chest, right, and show you his heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, as I look down at the timer, right? So ego can be used to be a good thing. Most people, however, use it in a manipulating way, okay? Because most people think that beating your chest and walking around talking about this is my house, when you are irresponsible, you do not love your spouse properly, you do not love your children properly, you are not a good covering, you are not, right? They're beating their chest talking about, yeah, this is my house. Sit down. You don't know just because you got pubic hair doesn't mean you a fucking man. Sit down. Okay? All right. So, I'm thankful for where I am today. Okay? And I say this out loud. Most High knows that I am not thankful for all of the processes and the ways that things went about it. Because again, this is me, and I know how obedient I am. So Most High doesn't have to beat my ass in order for me to get what he's saying. Okay? I'm extremely obedient. Okay? I understand that sometimes you have to go to the dentist, even though tying a string to your tooth and the other end onto a door handle might be easier because you don't have to go to the dentist and blah, blah, blah. But sometimes you have to just go to the dentist. I understand that. Okay? And so again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're getting something out of these angel numbers each and every day. Return to sender. Anyone who is trying to block my channel, report my channel, return to sender. Anyone who is spreading lies against whatever it is that I am speaking, when the truth is what I'm speaking, I'm literally showing the world through this platform how Most High has shown me over the years what was to come. That's why I share my journal. I believe that's why he's having me share my journal, right? because these are not just words that I'm saying. Okay. And so yeah. Right. Thank you so much again, as always, for tuning in. My name is Nehru. This is The Encourager. We're here to help us all become our highest, purest, truest version of ourselves possible. Life does that through both victory, losses, tragedy, or what we call those things. We label those things. And so someone's ascension, them passing, dying, might be viewed as a bad thing in the natural because you will miss them physically, and that's very understandable. So mourn when you need to mourn, right? However, ultimately understand that they too were on their own path, and they were not here for just you alone. They had a spiritual contract that they were walking before they met you, okay? And lifetimes before, okay? They had a contract to fulfill. Okay? So again, thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, be encouraged.